Barak Yahweh Barakatha, Yahushua Barak Yahweh Barakatha, Yahushua Bahasham, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders. Salutations to you, sincere brothers, teaching and truth and sincerity. Lesson will be entitled Speckled Bird, Jeremiah 12:9. My heritage, Israelites, beginning with the elect, of course, is unto me as a speckled bird. The birds round about are against her. The birds round about is referring to these other nations. The reason why Israelites are being compared to a speckled bird because of the curses, you're going to have Israelites looking like these other nations. Hence, Revelation 7:9. After this I beheld, and lo, a great multitude, which no man could number, of all nations and kindreds and people and tongues, stood before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed with white robes, and palms in their hands. And these nations, kindreds, and people is referring to Israelites only, who are looking like these other nations. Deuteronomy 28:15. But it shall come to pass, if you will not listen unto the voice of the Lord Yahweh, your power, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command you this day, that all these curses shall come on you and overtake you. This is 1 Samuel 16:7. But Yahweh said unto Samuel, look not on his countenance, or on the height of his stature, because I have refused him. For the Lord Yahweh see not as man sees. For man look on the outward appearance, but the Lord Yahweh look on the mind. Right? And it's the same concept that must be applied to the Israelite foreigners. They will look like so-called Japanese, so-called Chinese, so-called Africans, so-called Edomites. Again, Jeremiah 12:9. My heritage is unto me as a speckled bird. The birds round about are against her. Come you, assemble all the beasts of the field, come to devour. Also, dear TikTok video will be used for fair use purpose only.
Talk about the story of you getting shot. Okay. Quick little story time. All right. So growing up, I grew up with a single mom. I never met my dad, which caused a lot of resentment in my life. Right. We grew up poor, mismatched furniture. Little tube TV, no cable. I was embarrassed to let people in my house. I remember going to my friends' houses as a young kid and looking at the bigger TV and the real nice furniture and the mother and the father, and I used to think to myself, man, why don't I have that, I also lived with a lot of fear as a child. And when I say fear, I don't mean like I'm afraid of this person or I'm afraid of that person. I mean, I was afraid of what you thought of me. You know what I mean? And if I ever felt disrespected, that fear and that resentment combined turned into a lot of anger. And it usually ended up with violence. You know what I mean? I wasn't a great kid growing up. All right, so fast forward some years, right? I'm in my 20s now. I'm at a bar. I'm with my boys. And I bump into this dude accidentally. And I didn't even think nothing of it. You know what I mean? And he comes up to me afterwards and he says something. And I'm like, what? I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm like, look, I'm just here to have a good time. Like, I don't want to fight. So I went to shake his hand. And when I shook his hand, he pulled me in close and he was like, all right, man, just don't let it happen again, because I ain't the one. Now me, I took that as some serious disrespect, right? I live in fear. You know what I mean? So when that happened, I felt so disrespected that I stole him. I hit him and we rumbled. and it was all over. It got broken up. He left the bar, and I didn't think nothing of it. Well, he either went home or he went to his car. I don't know what he did, but he waited for me to leave that bar. Again, a half hour had gone by. I was leaving the establishment. I was walking down a one-way street, and the dude pulled up the one-way street. He was sitting across the street waiting on me, and he pulled out a 380. And I never in a million years thought he was going to pull the trigger. You know what I mean? I didn't think it was that serious, but you know, I was drunk. He was obviously intoxicated, and I put my hands up. I said, bro, what are you doing? You're going to go to jail for the rest of your life. And I just saw the muzzle flash, you know, and honestly, the only thing I thought in my head was, don't turn around, don't run, don't get hit in your back, you know what I mean? And he hit me 7 times. 6 bullets went through me, broke a lot of bones, had some surgeries, and I was grazed once.
Lord will, you're edified. Shalom.